Welcome to the WiseGuy channel. Without further ado, let's get into the video and watch it together. Welcome back to the WiseGuy channel. And if you're just tuning in, yeah, thank you, right? Okay, so let me tell you what we got going on, right? So we're basically using one of my managerial basic techniques to produce as many videos as possible. And right now, I'm multitasking is being printed out the list, so I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so I just printed out a Word document, right? See it? Okay, so yesterday I decided, hey, I could get, I think I said 5 or 6, right? But I could get 8 videos, all right? Okay, how I really got into be with my, I'm gonna say my best teacher, right? Leo, right? I built the chess table. I ended up in the taxidermy studio. So we put those 2 videos out last night. Okay. And then this idea came about, right? Basically when I was doing a simple, basically home maintenance, right? It was a landscaping project, but I just finished up with Morales Landscaping. Toyota created it, and Honda followed it, right? Get rid of wasted time. So let's get right to the point. So today we're gonna do that home maintenance project, right? It took me like a half an hour, right? Probably take longer to make the video, but hey, we'll see if we could do it in the same amount of time, right? That I basically performed the maintenance. And just to show you, right? Okay, a little bit more about me, right? We're going to show you the Yamaha RDF, right? Basically motorcycle, okay? Bike is 47 years old. Yeah, it's actually my best motorcycle. If anybody just tuning in and you can see that my bikes all the time, right? Okay. Hey, by the way, we're going to introduce you to Brittany, right? The one who gave me this cup, and little Wyland. Hey, big shout out to you guys. I love you guys, right? The little wise guys. Okay. So let's get into that yard maintenance right now. Hey, like always, right? Please, we need your help. Hit the like button and subscribe. Welcome back to the WiseGuy channel. I'll tell you some, home maintenance is always important. It's best to stay on top of it so it doesn't create any additional expenses and time. Let me show you what I'm doing this morning. First thing I'm gonna do is wet it down because this ground gets as hard as rocks. All right, keeping it simple, just throw the garden hose, right? Let the garden hose basically get that the whole ground basically soaked and hope. Because force is never the answer, right? When I go to yank this up, if there's any type of resistance, we're gonna stop because we don't want the stake to snap in two. Then I gotta try to pull out that little piece that's in the ground. All right, I think that's enough water. Let's see if we can yank it out. All right, we're gonna go ahead. In fact, we're gonna bring the camera a little closer, right? So you get a better base, see what I'm talking about. No force. Oh, it feels like it wants a break. Okay, we're gonna go loosen it up a little bit because down there at the base, it's, I can just tell it's really tight. Yeah. All right, we're making short work with this, right? Here. Yeah, it's not gonna take long. Okay, sledgehammer. Okay, then we're gonna constantly check the level on it. The idea, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. We're gonna cut down the pole to match the other side, right? Remember, we want it to look nice, right? Anybody in managerial, right, that is, I mean, fully aware of how we operate and we teach pretty much employees, I'm gonna say in my field, our tradesmen, right, we call it lean methodology. Being that the saw is out and this is way too big for the trash can, right, and the saw is plugged in, right, we don't want to waste any time, right, we're gonna pretty much cut it in half so it fits in the trash. Never wasting time. Yeah, see how messy it is? All right, let's tidy up. And all right, so we're gonna fill that up, right, with some more soil, or what I call sand, right? And we're still gonna compact it. Now, we'll show you how we do it. Once you take a look, right, as I'm working, I'm just about ready to backfill. You see how the poor little tree is getting moved around by the wind because with all the leaves, it becomes top heavy, right? It needs a little help. That basically, I guess you could call it its diameter, its trunk, right? Okay, it could snap, right? This poor little guy, look at it, man, right? That's why what we're doing, right? Hey, trees are expensive today, right? And this one's coming along really well. Anyway, let's wrap this up and give it some help. We're gonna put the bungees on it right now. All right, we're still making short work at it. Now look, the tree's not blowing around, right? You look at the other trees, right? You can see the wind's still trying to basically, you know, beat up the little Charlie Brown tree. And sometimes I want you to know something too. When we're talking about lean methodology, all right, you got to apply the 3 R's, right? Which is, it always starts off with respect, okay, responsibility, and resourcefulness. Resourcefulness, okay, so this little guy was going to add some length to that basic bungee cord, right? So you can see what I did. I put 3 zip ties on it. Yeah, down because we're gonna now throw some basically backfill in the hole. Okay, so it's very important. Remember this piece I tried to catch, right? This we'll use to compact it down, right? And pretty much be done with this job and throw the aggregate basically back in place. Very important always. PPE. If you guys watch that, go back on the video on the fiber optics, you see some guy shoveling, the manager. Yeah, they didn't compact all underneath here. And you can see the crater it made. And that's why it's important to do this. I'm gonna throw the aggregate back. And we'll show you what it looks like. I want to thank you for watching the video. And please, we could use your help. Hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.